The shooting took place on Saturday, July 13th at 6:11 Eastern Time. Okay? It took place at the Butler Farm Show grounds. That's on Evans City Road, 5 miles from the town of Butler, 30 miles north of Pittsburgh. The assassin is Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was killed by Secret Service snipers. 20 years old, lived in a suburb of Butler, Bethel Park, 40 miles away. The guy, from what I understand, was emotionally disturbed. There's no other big motive, but they're looking at it. There's no conspiracy. There's none of that. Okay? If you look at all the attempted assassinations and successful assassinations, it usually comes down to one mentally or emotionally ill individual. Lincoln is an exception. John Wilkes Booth was a fanatical Confederate. But Garfield and McKinley and JFK, all crazy people do it. And I think this guy falls into that category. But the investigation continues, as I said 45,000 times. Now, Donald Trump was a quarter inch away from being killed. So when Ronald Reagan, another nut shot Reagan, if you wrote Killing Reagan, we go over everything about it. Ronald Reagan was shot. He escaped death by about 2 inches. Donald Trump was a quarter of an inch. Hit him, as you know, in the ear. If it hit him in the forehead, dead. Or in the eye, he's dead. And unfortunately, there were 3 bystanders hit with gunfire. One of them died, the fire chief. And you all know about that now. And the 2 others are in stable condition, I understand, at this point. I mean, you know, this kind of evil, and it's evil, even if you're emotionally disturbed, you're committing an evil act. It's off the chart. So the repercussions of this are many. The first one is Donald Trump himself. So I understand, I have not talked to the president. I did send him a note, but I have not talked to him. Donald Trump now has changed his entire speech that he's going to give Thursday night in Milwaukee at the convention. And from what I understand, because I do know the speechwriters involved, it's taking on a much more conciliatory tone. That doesn't mean that Trump is backing away from his assertion that the Biden administration is harming America. All right? That's what Trump will campaign on. And in my opinion, that is true. And the Biden people have an absolute right to campaign on Donald Trump. Actions in the past were irresponsible, so he does not deserve to be president again. Both sides have an obligation, I think, to tell the American people what they believe and why they believe it. What they can't do any longer is personal attacks. And we'll give you plenty of examples coming up on that. So the repercussions of this already have changed history. So Trump, who's in Milwaukee now, is going to give a different speech than he would have. All right, that's number one. I'm hoping to get an advanced copy of that speech. You got to stay with us all week. And not just on the No Spin News, radio and TV, but on the website. Because I'm going to be, updating every hour on the hour here. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.